So differently to gain. So I'm doing part 1 of What If Deku Had a Firecracker. Preview. Endeavor's a horrible hero. He deserves to die. What did you say? I said Endeavor deserves to die. And that he's a horrible hero. Shut up. Endeavor's the greatest hero alive! Die! As Izuku. I can't put out any spoilers. This is basically the movie. Die! As oh shoot. Let's hop right into this. What if? Start deep intro. I'm just kidding. So basically why Izuku just said that was you're gonna see later because this is the movie. So Izuku is actually going to have a very strong quirk. And he's gonna know how to work with it. Izuku's quirk is basically gonna be the Mirror Mirror No Me, if you will. So he can turn into fire, he can emit fire from his body, stuff like that. So he's not going to be trained by Night Eye. He's actually going to be trained by Endeavor, yeah. So without further ado, let's hop right into this. What if? So basically, Izuku is like, he goes up and when Bakugo is falling from a bridge, Izuku then yells, "No!" as fire then erupts from his body. Izuku rushes over to protect the kid that Bakugo's beating up. He says, "Stop, Kachan! Stop beating him up! Get out of my way, Deku!" "No, I'm gonna protect him!" As Deku holds up his two fists, Kachan and the bullies then start to beat on Deku. As then you see that the girl or boy behind Deku is about to run away. As what the bully is about to the bully with the long fingers is about to grab the girl or boy, whatever it was. As Izuku then yells, "No!" as fire then erupts from his fist, punching the guy's fingers. Punching the guy fully, sending him flying back. The guy's shirt then starts to bleed on fire. Let's say Endeavor was walking around the street as he saw this, because this is about the time where Endeavor and All Might had their dry streak where Endeavor stopped talking to All Might. So about 10 years ago. The fly guy says, "Hey, you're gonna pay for that, you bum!" As he then goes rushing at Deku. Deku then gets mad because the guy threw a stick at let's just say it's a girl. The guy threw a stick at the girl, hitting the girl in the head, cutting something. I don't know what, but cutting something. As the girl starts to bleed out, crying. And Izuku then says, "You're gonna pay for that!" As he then rushes at the bully. And fire then emits from his arm. His arm then turns into a ginormous fist as he punched the bully. Kachan then backs up. What's his name? Bakugo. Bakugo then backs up, seeing Izuku's power. His legs then fumble as he asks, "Where did you get all this power from?" I don't know. I guess it's just my quirk." "Well, your quirk's not stronger than mine." As Endeavor just wants to see this fight go out, Bakugo then creates a ginormous explosion, as big as he can with his little body, as it fires off at Izuku. Izuku jumps in the air, jumps back. As let's say he has full control, because this isn't the first time he's awakened his quirk, and he tries to maneuver himself by turning his feet into fire, as he then pushes his body off, flying at Kachan. I mean, flying at. I'm just gonna call this guy Kachan because, like, that means like explosion or something. I'm just gonna call this guy Kachan because, that's what Deku be calling him. As Deku then goes firing off at Kachan, he then goes pummeling into the ground. As Kachan says, "Dumb Deku," then um try as he then as his explosion, nuclear explosion, then smashes into Deku's back. Now, I know you need hockey to smash into. No. So basically, in this one, the if you try to punch Deku, shoot him, or stab him with the weapon, it's not gonna work. What you have to do if you want to get Deku is you have to have a, like, let's say All Might. All Might cannot get to Deku unless Deku gets into a physical fight with All Might. Like, he uses his fire to smash into All Might's fist. That's only when All Might can damage Deku. But any other time, like, the only real people who can actually damage Deku are fire users, ice users, water users, lava users, people like that. Elemental users. Yeah, so basically the only people who can hurt Deku are elemental users. Except for wind users, kind of. Wind users can't really hurt Deku because, that's kind of the concept of shooting, slashing a sword, and so they can't really hurt Deku, but he can still get hurt from wind users. Like, they won't do that much damage, but they'll still, like, give him a little rocks up. So yeah, Deku just like Bakugo, he can actually hurt Deku because his quirk is an explosion quirk. If your quirk is like, so now that I've just explained like all elemental quirks that can defeat Deku. Okay, so like Lemillion can't really hurt Deku. Yeah, because their quirks are literally the bitter opposite. So yeah, Night Eye can't hurt Deku. Um, yeah, so it's not really easy to fight Deku. So we're then gonna skip to, Deku then gets back up as he kicks his foot over at Kachan, trying to hurt Kachan, but Kachan dodges as he creates an explosion and explodes it right in Izuku's face, sending Izuku back on the ground. As Kachan then tries to punch Izuku without his quirk, as his hand just goes straight through Izuku. He looks at his hand, and then he wonders what just happened, as he then tries to punch Izuku again, but his hand, like, just envelops in Izuku's flames and it just gets off. As Izuku says, you have to use your quirk if you want to hurt me. As Izuku then creates a fireball in his hand and he throws it at Kachan, sending Kachan back, making him fall on the floor. Kachan gets back up with his hand behind his head, saying, "I'll get you, Izuku." And Izuku just says, no, you won't, something like that. The person wants Izuku's autograph. No, I'm just kidding. So Endeavor comes over to Izuku as he says, "Hey, child, you have a very strong quirk." As Izuku looks over at Endeavor and he says, "You're the number 2 hero, Endeavor." As Endeavor says, "Yes, I am, but you have a very strong quirk. Do you think you can come and train with me?" Izuku says yes. He trained with Endeavor for the next, like, 4 or 5 years. And he learned a lot. Like, he just learned how to manipulate his quirk better. He doesn't really get to Todoroki because, yeah. So, him and Todoroki have been sparring over the years. Todoroki uses his ice, he forbids using against his fire, and when Izuku uses his fire, him and Todoroki it's like Aokiji, yeah, like Aokiji versus Ace, like 2 Admiral level. Oh, what if Izuku had a lava quirk? Because then, yeah, so, might be by next My Hero Academia, what if? So, yeah, basically, we're now going to get to the sludge villain attack. The sludge villain tries to embrace its body around Deku, and because like it's a type of sludge and it tries to get around Deku, but its body then starts to burn. Like Deku then starts to like burn its body. Like I don't really know how fire can really burn sludge. I feel like it can just melt it to a watery substance. I don't really know if it can burn it, but yeah. Kachan, I mean, uh, so Izuku burns the melts the sludge villain off of his body, as he then jumps in the air and then he yells, "Fire Fist, Rhino Horn!" He's more like Ace, like he's he's basically more like Ace. So yeah, he yelled, "Fire Fist, Rhino Horn!" As he punched the sludge villain. The sludge villain melts even more, smashing into the ground, splattering parts, like big parts of its body around. And All Might then comes as he says, "I am here!" Uh, like Detroit Smash. No, I think that All Might, when he came out of the sewers, he like looked at the situation, because in the original he just came with the punch. We never saw All Might, stop and say, "Whoa, what's going on?" He just came like straight with a punch, like, "Ah!" So he didn't really stop to see Deku. All Might deals, "I am here," and he punches the sludge villain all over the ground. And he punches. He doesn't really punch the sludge villain. He accidentally punches Izuku in the guts, which just don't really do anything to Izuku, like, because because it's a shockwave of air, it kind of pushes Izuku back and pushes his fire back, and then All Might tries to punch. But then All Might's fists connect with Izuku, but he just goes phasing straight through Izuku. Izuku says, "Wait, you're All Might," and they have that entire conversation. Now, I want Izuku to get one for all. Like, I'm not even gonna cap. It wouldn't really help out Izuku because, well, it would help out Izuku. It'll make his quirk go up by tenfold. No, it wouldn't really make his quirk go up by tenfold. It'll be like more of an enhancement quirk, like an acceleration quirk. So basically, Izuku grabs onto All Might because, let's say he likes All Might and Endeavor. Not like that, Not like, what, but he's a big fan. So Izuku, let's say he has a little muscle, but he's like barely stronger than what he was in the canon. So when we first saw Izuku, just imagine Izuku just with a little bit more muscle and a little lean. So basically, oh shoot, like this. No, that's okay. Oh, and Izuku's hair is going to be black. He's going to wear these pants. He's going to have Ace. And yeah, this photo is actually for a later scene that's gonna happen. I showed it to y'all, the original. And if you did not know, Blue Fire is actually has more heat than Orange or Red Fire or regular fire, because regular fire has a max heat of 2,700 Celsius, and Blue Fire has a max heat of 3,000. And Blue Fire at its lowest even has a heat of 2,600. So if it's nearly as hot as as regular fire at its hottest, then you know that Blue Fire ain't got nothing on. That Red Fire ain't got nothing on Blue Fire. So this is basically what Izuku's hero costume is going to look like. Like that little thing around his neck, and he's also going to have the Ace hat. So Izuku, after the time skip, is gonna look like this, and he is 5'8" in this one. He's not 5'4" or 5'6", however tall he was. So he's 5'8" in this one. So yeah, he's a little bit taller. Or should I make him as tall as Luffy? Luffy is about 5'9", 5'10", but I'm talking too much. So basically, basically, Luffy is going to get one for all, and he's going to be like really strong. But let me just go to when Bakugo was caught by the Slurp villain attack. Izuku, seeing Bakugo, rushed out at full speed as he yelled. What would Izuku yell? Izuku yelled, "Fire Fist! Raging Waves!" As Izuku punched the sludge villain, and he punched Bakugo too. As the sludge villain was sent flying back, Izuku, he wasn't scolded as much because of his awesome quirk. So yeah. Dang, I didn't get to see the thing. So now, let's skip to the 10-month training arc. Izuku has gotten stronger. He's grown taller. Now he was 5'7" actually, and now he is 5'. Oh, it was turned off. Okay, and now he is 5'8". Now he's like 5'9", 5'8". So yeah, so he's basically just a little bit smaller than Ida. The reason why I don't want to do villain Deku is because I don't know why everybody thinks that villain Deku would be gay. No offense, but I don't know why. Like, chill out. Cause every picture I see of villain Deku, like I was looking it up when I was looking this up, and I basically saw villain Deku on top of Todoroki or on top of Bakugo. Like, chill the frick out, man. It kind of weirds me out, bro. Like, if Izuku became a villain, he wouldn't necessarily be, because I feel like they discriminated too, though, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you really need to stop that, bro. Huh. Because you might be hurting a couple of people's feelings, bro. I actually know somebody who was offended by that picture, though. Because they're a big fan of My Hero Academia, and when they looked up Villain Deku, because they're, so they were really offended by that picture. They got really mad, and yeah, I don't even think that they watch My Hero Academia anymore, so, yeah. That's about all of my friends who do not watch My Hero Academia now. Well, of course, nobody probably watches it anymore because we're all waiting for season 5. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an anime only fan. Yeah. When it comes on to My Hero Academia, I'm literally an anime only fan. So, Izuku's going to be stronger. So we're now gonna get to the entrance exam. Now, Izuku fires through robots. He's using his quirk like Iron Man, and then he's using like the bottom half of his body, like his legs and stuff. He's using his quirk like Sabo. Big time Sabo. He's using his quirk like Sabo, firing off and stuff like that. But Izuku, he's using his quirk like Sabo. And he's using the bottom of his body like he's Sabo, and he's using the top of his body like he is Ace. So we're getting big fire fist and stuff like that. So Izuku scores a total average of 60 points. Well, 60 villain points and 63 hero points, which would give him a total of about which would give him a total of about 26 points, I think. Yeah. So, no, 126. What the heck did I just say? 126, I think, or 123, I don't know. I think it's 126, because I'm probably gonna look on a calculator, but, yeah. Okay, so basically, Deku, well, his name's not gonna be Izuku. His new name is, his hero name is going to be Fire Fist. So that's what Bakugo calls Izuku Fire Fist. Um, yeah, they have a closer relationship, but yeah. So Izuku, like I said, when he gets all for one, is like one for all or all for one. No, one for all, one for all. That's what it's called. When he gets one for all, his attack power is going to be way more stronger. It's going to enhance his quirk. It's going to enhance his body strength. You know, like kind of in the original. And he uses his legs more because, let's say, for one for all, he literally only uses his legs when it comes on to one for all. But then when it comes on to his quirk, he uses his top half of his body. So yeah, people think that he has a mixture of his mother and father's quirk because, let's just say Hasashi, he does not just have a dragon breath quirk. He literally can turn into a dragon. Like, yeah. And Izuku's mom, she has the gunshot quirk, and Hasashi died. Like, before, Hasashi was the number 3 hero, and then he died. So yeah, I don't know about y'all. Either Hawkeye in anime was so underrated, or he was just trash, because I did not see Hawkeye doing that much. Like, he was getting beat the heck out of, man. Like, he was barely helping Endeavor, or maybe that was the problem. So yeah, I've been talking too much. Izuku got a total point of 126. He's number 1. Now, as all the entire thing happens, they throw the ball at Izuku. I don't really feel like that's important. So, now it's time for the villain versus hero test. Now, Izuku rushes at Bakugo as Bakugo rushes at Izuku, and he fires off, as Bakugo fires off an explosion at Izuku. Izuku jumps in the air as he kicks his leg, sending a shockwave at Bakugo's explosion. These two attacks then collide in the air, um, kind of cracking the wall. That, as Izuku and Bakugo then go rush, they fight for a little bit, and Bakugo uses both of his gauntlets at Izuku. Now, I think since Bakugo's quirk, doesn't it use nuclear energy? So, yeah, Bakugo's quirk is literally Deku's weakness, actually, because, when he fires it off, it uses nuclear energy, and, that's explosion. And Izuku's quirk is fire, so wouldn't it, kind of, absorb Izuku's power? So yeah, I would think Izuku before he had one for all or all for one for all would be a little bit weaker than Bakugo, but now that he has one for all, he's stronger than Bakugo because his quirk is stronger. So he fires this off as he yells, "Rhino first!" As it clashes with as fire behind a ginormous running rhino, then collides with Bakugo's attack. Yeah. So they're both then sent flying back as Izuku created a hole, and then he yells, "Go, Raka!" And all of a sudden, Bakugo says, "That was your plan this whole time?" As he tries to rush at Uraka, but then Deku then jumps and blitz Bakugo as he slams his leg into Bakugo's gut, sending Bakugo flying back right into the wall. As Deku falls on one knee with his hand on the ground as he coughs out a little bit of blood, and Uraka then runs, and she then reaches to where Ida is as she puts her hand on the comm, and she asks Izuku if Izuku can come up here. Izuku says you'll have to hold him off for a little bit as Uraka and Ida then fight for a little bit. Izuku jumps in the air. As Bakugo gets up, and he's about to rush at where Izuku is, and the rubble from the upskirt of what Izuku did to create a hole in the ceiling. Izuku then throws that rubble. Then makes all that rubble fall on Bakugo, which clenches his leg. As Izuku then wraps the band around Bakugo's hand, making Bakugo get disqualified. Izuku then rushes to where Uraka is as fast as he can, and she sees how Uraka is barely able to keep up with Ida, and Ida is basically defeating her right now, beating her up, kind of. He then, Bakugo then, Izuku then sneaks over to a couple of us. Sorry, I just had to do that. Izuku then sneaks over to where the bomb is as he puts his hand on the bomb, and Ida, at that last second, Ida, when Izuku yelled, "Finished!" Ida accidentally kicked Uraka in the gut, sending Uraka flying into a wall. So, yeah. Uh, when they asked who the MVP was, Yamamoto said, even though what both of the contestants did were stupid, I would say the MVP is Izuku. You clearly know why he's the MVP, not because of story build up. Because this, did you see what this guy just did, man? He was like an assister. He was literally like LeBron James, man. If you have him on his team, you're winning the championship. That's kind of weird. How people say that LeBron's not the GOAT, even though, like, I get why you would say that he's not the GOAT, but you can't say that he's not the GOAT because every time a ref calls a foul, like, don't act like Steph Curry and other people don't be doing that too. Every NBA player argues with the ref, so don't get. Except for probably Kobe. Yeah, wait, did Kobe ever? I don't know. I know that Jordan did, but yeah. Um. uh. But you have to see the facts. Every team he's been on, they've somehow ended up with at least one championship. So you got to give the man his props, bro. Okay, talking too long, talking too much. If everything goes the same as they then go to the replacement test or UHA or no. Hey, I might actually try to go to UHA now that I think about it, because my auntie went there, and it was a pretty cool facility. Yeah, I might go to UHA. Or I might just not go to college at all, or I might just go to trade school. Or yeah, I'm probably gonna try to fulfill becoming an athlete. So Izuku, yes, that's who we're talking about, then rushes at the villain as Aizawa says, "What are you doing, Izuku?" Izuku, Todoroki, and Bakugo, because they're all the three competitors. Like they trying to like see who's the strongest. So they all rush out, including Kirishima. Ida runs away as Deku then yells, "Now, shoot style, constellation of death, snake, fire, kick!" As Izuku then kicks the Nomu, then uses this as fire then emits from his leg, sending it throughout the people, which this then burns the people up, like kingdom stuff like that. One guy with a gun, like this guy, his quirk is to create guns. As he shoots it at Izuku, Izuku just keeps walking as he just stands there. The guy then says, "What? How are you?" "I'm fire, you dummy." As Izuku then punches the guy in the face, knocking him out. Then, whatever his name, the guy with all the hands. Okay, I want to look up something, man. What is the name? No, what is? Probably don't got no internet. Wait, do I not have any? Dang, bro, that's tough. Okay, where's the satellite? Okay, probably right. Okay, in that direction. That's where the satellite is. Okay, right there. Who is the main antagonist? And yep, something's wrong. Something's wrong. I probably gotta type this bull crap in. So yeah, and then I can't look up on my computer because for some reason my computer's bull crapping me. Y'all just saw another spoiler. Yeah, I'm keeping that. So, I basically did a what if on this. That's my personal what if, because it was pretty cool, What if, Luffy had a sign with Robin? It was legit, man. I liked it. I liked it a lot. If you want me to drop that video, then I will drop that video, but not anytime soon. So, let me just tell you what his sword is. His sword is going to be the Demon Fox sword. A cursed blade. So basically, should I just make Naruto a demon altogether? Because, yeah, Naruto's gonna be a demon. Yep. I'm gonna be posting this soon. Deku had fire quirk. The Nomu then rushes at Izuku by the order of its master as I've not watched. Well, okay, why am I still talking? As it punched Izuku. Now, this had a little bit of wind in the punch. As Izuku is then sent flying back, he said, "How did you punch me?" As Izuku hit the wall. Where the bullets couldn't even go through Izuku. How did this animal do that? What the? How did that happen? As Izuku then gets a little bit mad, and he rushes at the Nomu, full speed, full strength, and as he then yells, "Gunshot, cutlass, fire kick!" As he kicks the Nomu in the face. With fire, the Nomu's then it wasn't really sent flying back because Izuku couldn't really push back the Nomu, but the Nomu got backed up a little bit as his face is on fire. Izuku's now at the top of the Nomu as he brings his legs down. Axe kick! And he kicks the Nomu in the head as he does a barrage of kicks all over the Nomu's body. And then he does his last one and he yells, "Now kick off the dragon! Fire fist! Real power!" As he kicks the dragon, as he kicks the Nomu in the chest/gut, making fire start to envelop all of the Nomu's body. Ishidoki, or whatever his name is, the guy who has all those hands, I really care about that guy, so even though he's the main antagonist, I don't really care about that guy. No. So, basically, Izuku is now, standing as the Nomu is regenerating. Izuku's wondering how the Nomu has not, burnt away, so he decides that he's gonna take one last punch. But the Nomu fires a kick at Izuku, making Izuku block, which sends Izuku flying into the wall, creating a ginormous crater. Blood is on Izuku's back. Blood is on Izuku's arms, running down to his legs. As Izuku tries to get back up, as he feels his his right leg, and he falls on the ground. Izuku says, "Dang it, it feels like it's broken." And the guy with all the hands then laughs and he says, "You broke your leg, eh?" As he then tries to go rushing at Izuku, but then he gets captured by Aizawa. Aizawa then starts to wrap his bandages around the guy, and the guy then orders the Nomu to come rushing at him, but Todoroki freezes the Nomu's legs as Bakugou fires off a big explosion at the Nomu, sending the Nomu flying back in little burnt marks, but the Nomu's gonna regenerate. So when All Might arrives, everything goes the same. Izuku has a broken leg. Yeah. Oh, and a fractured wrist. And yeah, so we're going to do an entire skip because I want to get this what I've done with. It's been way too long. So Izuku then looks at Baki, or Endeavor's son, who has blue fire. As him and Endeavor's son have been fighting, and Deku hasn't really been standing a chance against Baki. As Baki then sends a huge, like a lot of fire, and Baki then asks Izuku, "Why? So you're the kid named Fire Fist? Fire Fist Ace, huh? Well, it's time I kill you, Fire Fist." As Deku then slings his leg, sending a shockwave over at the guy, which the guy's thing hit in the gut, which sends him flying over a tree, and he hits his back on a tree. He then gets back up, kind of wobbly, as he says, "Okay, now you're dead." As a couple of other kids then come to help Izuku, as Bucky then says the words, "Endeavor's a horrible hero, and he's a mistake." That's not what I said at the beginning. As Izuku says, "Endeavor's the greatest hero of all time!" As he then goes rushing at Baki. Baki then just smirks as he fires off his fire at Izuku, which now, since Izuku has one for all, and Baki has blue fire, Izuku's fire temperature is 2,900 degrees. Baki's is 3,000. Now listen, 3,300 degrees. As they're like, you can imagine if Izuku never got one for all, he would have died. You know what I mean? But Izuku's instead flying back. Baki is sent flying back a little bit as he breaks his arm. Izuku is sent flying back as we now get to see this. Izuku then creates fire in his arm as he yells, "You're dead for sure!" As he does kind of like a Kamehameha at with one hand at Baki. Baki fires all the fire he can emit at Izuku, which this is kind of really unfair. So Izuku's then sent flying back. Let's say Endeavor, All Might, and a couple other people came as they see Izuku. Now, let's say Baki then sees his opportunity as he rushes at where Bakugo, Todoroki, Ochako, and Ida have their back turned. As everybody, they're supposed to be leaving and getting on the bus because Endeavor and them are here. But then Izuku sees this happening as he coughs up blood, but he rushes over at where they are, and he's then punched straight through the gut or chest. I should have got an ace picture of him getting stabbed in the chest with yeah. Oh yeah, okay. I knew this would have happened. As Izuku coughs out blood, everyone just looks in horror as they see Izuku. Izuku with a smile on his face. As he says, "Ha! Well, dang. I never expected to die so young. Well, this life was very fun." Izuku just laughs. As Izuku just coughs out more blood, like... Bakugo! You dang brat. Make sure you become the #1 hero. Now, no, he was aiming at Bakugo. Yes, he was aiming at Bakugo. Because, listen, they're trying to get Bakugo. And Bakugo wasn't cooperating. So he's gonna, fire a attack at Bakugo to knock Bakugo out. Now, Bakugo would have survived this attack because he has a nuclear explosion quirk, but Deku has a fire quirk. So Bakugo can survive because absorbing quirk, but Deku cannot. So that's the only reason why Deku died. As Deku just coughs out more blood. Todoroki then yells, "It's Midoriya!" And Ida then yells, "Izuku!" And All Might puts his head down as he smashes the ground in furiosity. All Might is raging with anger as we then see Endeavor. Endeavor's head's down. As when Endeavor looks back up, this is the awakening of his quirk. Fire then emits from his eyes. His hair then his hair then fires all the way up into the sky as fire. This fire is genderizing around Endeavor's body. Endeavor says, I'm going to kill you! As Endeavor then rushes at, whatever his name. As Endeavor then rushes at Baki. As he's now behind Baki. Endeavor then creates fire. As he says, prejudice, burn. I forgot this dude's name. This dude's strongest attack. As Baki says, F-U-C-K. As All For One then comes, and Endeavor goes for flames erupt from Endeavor. Don't worry, Baki goes quickly grabbed. But, this burns everything around Endeavor. As All For One comes, and he comes at the wrong time. Like, half of his body is burnt from Endeavor's attack, and All Might seeing All For One then rushes at All For One as he yells, Detroit Summer to All For One's neck. Now, the only reason why All For One did die in this one so easily from that attack was because he was burnt by Endeavor's flames. It wasn't full body him, and this wasn't strong him. So, Izuku's now on the ground as he yells, as he then says quietly, Endeavor. Too bad. You still could become number one. It seems your time's gonna come soon. And I prophesied a new generation will lead every single. I don't even really know what to motherfucking say. As Izuku then yells, Bakugo! Izuku! Like they're best friends. No homo. They're not gay for each other. They're just best friends. As Bakugo rushes over at Izuku, yeah, it's kind of like Sasuke and the Naruto relationship, where they're not, for each other. But now that I think about it, I feel like they would actually, now that I think about it, they would actually, because, yeah, you don't just do any of that for your best friend, man. You could be my best friend, bro, but I'm not going to see you stab me through the chest, me survive, and then come right after you. You gotta be stupid. I'm gonna put up a plan. I'm going to cut off your arm, and then I'm gonna bring you back to the village. I'm not gonna let you stab me through the chest and get away with that. Heck no. I'm either gonna Rasengan your face, or I'm gonna cut off your arm. Which one? Choose it. Her. Cool. You'd probably die from the Rasengan, so I'd choose the arm cutting off because you don't really have a choice. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe that's why Sasuke returned to the village. He was bargained by Naruto. If you do not return to the village, I'm either going to Rasengan you in the face or cut off your arm. How does that sound for things? Cause... Is Sasuke dead right now? And is Naruto the only one who's alive, but he's dying right now? I think that Naruto's dying. Is Naruto dying? Yeah, Naruto's probably going to die. Sasuke's going to live. No, Sasuke's probably going to die too. And then Sakura deserves to die too. Let's wipe out all of Team 7. Let's wipe out Kakashi. No, we need Kakashi to tell the tale. Or, Sakura, you deserve to die. You have to pay for your sins. You got stronger, but still, you have to pay for your sins, Sakura. Sasuke, you have to die too. Naruto, I don't want you to die, but you gotta die, bro. You want to save this entire planet from Jiren. Oh, did I just say Jiren? What the heck? I want to see how Naruto would fare up against the Otsutsuki King. He'd probably need to use Byron mode, and then the Otsutsuki King would be like, dang, you're dead. And then Sakura would come in with a Chon, and then she would punch the Otsutsuki King right into Naruto, and then Naruto would just suck all of his life force, while sucking the Otsutsuki's King and life force, and Sasuke would probably pummel a Chidori through his chest, and Sakura would probably do a barrage of punches to the Atsutsuki King, and Kakashi would probably cut the Atsutsuki King's head off, with the Raikiri. Purple Lightning. Does he have an attack called Purple Lightning? Yeah, he has an attack called Purple Lightning. But what happened to his other? Oh yeah, that got taken out. But I'm sorry for babbling so much. So yeah, Bakugo gets one for all, dies. But I just want to state, Sakura, you still deserve to die. Kakashi, we're gonna leave you alive so you can tell the tale, even though you're like in your 40s now. So Kakashi's gonna tell the tale. He's gonna meet some kid like 40 years after and tell them the tale. Then probably 10 years after, uh, Kakashi's probably gonna die at like 60. So we don't really know. We can't really trust Kakashi to tell the tale. And then Luffy, Nami, you deserve to die. Alright, I don't know why at the beginning of the series I just hated Nami because she kept hitting guys on the head. Like, what's that with anime characters? Stop hitting us guys on the head, bro. Like, what did we do to you? Yeah, you're pretty, you got a sexy body, but stop hitting us on the head. Oh yes, I can finally get on my phone now. I'm gonna ask a very stupid and dumb question. Who's the strongest person in My Hero Academia? Tomura Shigaraki? Tomura Shigaraki. Okay, Shigaraki. Okay. So peace y'all.
I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. It's to the point where I love and I hate you, and I cannot change you, so I must replace you. Easier said than done. I thought you were the one listening to my heart instead of my head. You found another one, but I am the better one. I won't let you forget me.